Hello and welcome to Carmen Miller Group, Talk of the Town, Carolinas. I'm your host, Patti Mercer. Chances are you have heard about the game that's going on behind me. It's called Pickleball, and it's really popular and growing even faster. We're going to learn about it and how exciting it is to be part of it and how you become part of it here in Tega Cay and around the Carolinas. But first, I want to ask you a question. If you've been thinking, maybe you have, about buying or selling your home, who are you going to talk to? Make it simple and just call Carmen Miller. Or you can check out lots of beautiful homes in our area by simply going to CarolinaHomeSearch.com. And while you're there, you can see past episodes of Talk of the Town, Carolinas. So for now, let's check out this game. Come on. Okay, Tim Buick, we are here in Tega Cay. Lots of pickleball happening behind us, but you are a pickleball expert. Tell me what that means.
Well, good question. So I don't know if everyone would agree, but I am a certified pro through the PPR, which is the Professional Pickleball Registry. And so it's a certified course and teaches you to teach. I'm director of paddle sports at Old Providence Racket Club in Charlotte. So I've got a series of YouTube videos out as well, instructional videos.
Which brings me to my next question, pickleball. It's not really about pickles, so how did it get its name?
It was invented by three gentlemen out in Bainbridge, Oregon in 1965. And it's a mix of multiple sports, of ping pong and badminton. There's shuffleboard terms in there, tennis. So it's a variety of sports. So there's two stories that go along with how pickleball got its name.
Okay.
One is that a dog of one of the inventors was named Pickles, and so they called it pickleball. However, the wife of one of the inventors said, no, that's not how it happened. How it really happened was that there's something in rowing called the pickle boat. And evidently in rowing, a pickle boat is all the rowers that none of the other teams wanted. And so they just kind of throw them all together in one boat, and that's the pickleball. And she said, the wife of one of the founders said, why don't we just call it pickleball, because it's a mix of all these sports. And so it's either one of those two, and no one knows for sure.
I love it. Well, one thing about it, it definitely connects a lot of people together. So I'm thinking in terms of learning this sport and learning to keep score, it's doable. So tell me kind of roughly how you play.
Play a game in 10 minutes. Sometimes it lasts 25.
To win?
You've got to play up to 11. You play up to 11, you have to win by 2, and you only score when the serving team is scoring or playing and starting the point. That's when you can only earn a point, like volleyball.
Okay, gotcha.
The way it used to be.
And I understand there's a zone called the kitchen.
Yes, this is officially known. It's a 7-foot area. It's officially known as the non-volley zone, but it's nicknamed the kitchen. And that's what makes this game unique, is that in the kitchen, you can't stand there or even have a foot on the line when you hit the ball out of the air.
Oh.
So what you're seeing here is you're seeing them, they're volleying back and forth. But
And they're out of the kitchen.
They're outside the kitchen, but there's something called the dink. And the dink is just a soft shot over the net. And what you want to do is you dink it back and forth and look for an opportunity to attack. And that's where the real secret, it's called the soft game.
Okay.
And that's really the secret to winning, is being at that kitchen line. So the accessibility of this sport is so easy. You don't have to be a racket sports person to play this sport. But here's the great thing about pickleball. I could teach you to play pickleball in an hour, and I could get you to play. You would know how to play and already start playing. So in other sports like golf and tennis and some other sports, we're talking in terms of years, not in terms of hours. And that's why this has become the most popular sport in the country.
That's fantastic. That means it's affordable because you don't have to pay a lot of money for lessons.
Exactly.
Tell me about the equipment. You got a wiffle ball there?
Yes, and this is a pickleball. Yeah,
Okay.
It's essentially a wiffle ball. The paddles are very light. Like this paddle here is about 8 ounces. So it's
Bigger than a racquetball.
Yes, it is. And it's much lighter, so the stress on the body is less.
Good.
Now, the interesting thing is, I have, and this is literally true, I have had too many people to count that have told me, Tim, this sport has saved my life. And I said, really? How? And they say, before this sport, I never played a sport. I was totally sedentary. All I did was a remote on a couch. My husband and I, or my wife and I, never did anything together. And now we play pickleball, and they've built their whole social circle and their activity around pickleball. And so that's one of the great things, as we're seeing out here, is people can come and you can get here on these, what we've got, 6 courts here. You get 40, 50 people show up and constantly mixing. The music will be coming out soon. People will bring their coolers, some bring food, and they'll play for hours. So the social aspect of it is just fabulous.
Oh my goodness. And the court is smaller than a tennis court.
Much.
So that it's kind of like, was it easy to just convert from tennis courts into pickleball courts?
Yes, and full confession, there's tension between tennis purists and pickleball, and I come from a tennis background. That was me. That was me. I get it. So I totally get it, because you can fit 4 pickleball courts on a single tennis court. I mean, these used to be tennis courts, and these used to be 2 tennis courts. Now there's 6 pickleball courts, is the way they lined it out. So
More people can play.
More people can play, and again, it's so much easier for the masses to play this sport. This is growing from the ground up, where you invite me and you go, hey, you should come over to Tega Cay here and we'll play a little bit, and then you get hooked and you get your social circle together.
And we so need that right now.
It is.
The proof is in the pudding that people are really taking to this, and one player was telling me it's actually rather addictive. What about area courts available?
Yeah, well, you've got right here at Tega Cay, you've got the ones down at Lake Wiley that are available as well. I think there's courts in Fort Mill. So there's a variety of places, and new pickleball courts are being built, it seems like weekly. I mean, so they're going up. So it isn't hard. You just go get...
Would you say it's a little bit like basketball? You can just show up and pick up a game?
Absolutely. And one of the great things about pickleball is it's so welcoming. Virtually, of course, you get the whole spectrum of personalities, but in general, people come, like if you wanted to play and say, I've never played before. Come on, let me show you a few things. Grab a paddle. I don't have a paddle. Here. Use this one.
Okay.
We'll get you one, and we'll show you a few things. It's a welcoming community, because that's how virtually everybody started, is someone helped them out. So if you wanted to play right now, you could come right out here. We'll show you a few things.
I love that. What a great spirit. Community, fun, connectivity, and it helps our brain.
It is the ideal sport for all that and more.
All right. Well, that's it for this edition of Carmen Miller Group's Talk of the Town, Carolinas. If you are thinking about buying or selling your home, keep it simple. Call Carmen or check out CarolinaHomeSearch.com. While you're there, you can see beautiful homes, and you can also check out past episodes of Talk of the Town, Carolinas. And when it comes to pickleball, you need to check out Tega Cay, Fort Mill, all the areas around the Carolinas. The game is soaring. Check it out. Until next time, I'm Patti Mercer. Bye-bye.